Hello and welcome to Cover 2 TV. It's Wildcard weekend. We're here with the first of two previews. It's the Saturday preview first and foremost. And we have got for you today the Titans at the Chiefs and the Falcons at the Rams. And I am joined, of course, by Tom Jennings. But before we get into it, just want to say to Steele, he's not here this week. He wants to be here, of course he does, but he's had a little girl, Jessica, mum and baby, both doing well. Claire basically has to be a saint to put up with not only Steve, but now two screaming kids as well. Now, congratulations to Steve, first and foremost. Gutted you can't be with us, but you'll be back, I'm sure, for the playoffs. Jenno, let's get into it then. We've got Titans and Chiefs first and foremost. Let's go through a few injuries first, actually, before we start. Sprained knee sidelines Titans, running back DeMarco Murray on Sunday. Will he be available? I think he's got to play first and foremost. While Chiefs kick returner D'Anthony Thomas broke his leg, so he will be out. So not a lot of major injury concerns. The DeMarco Murray one is important though. You know, him and Henry have got a little good thing going on in the backfield there. DeMarco Murray needs to be fit and firing for this Titans side to have a chance, I believe. What do you think?
Well, I think DeMarco Murray's been injured all season. DeMarco Murray's had a career of non-stop niggling injuries, and it's just every couple of years he'll put one season together. I think half the problem the Titans have been their offense is willing to play a half-fit DeMarco Murray and getting absolutely nothing out of him, rather than just going with Derrick Henry, who even himself has been poor. Every now and then he does something and you think, oh, this looks like the player they drafted, and then he just gets multiple rushes for like 0 yards or he loses. I think I remember watching on Sunday last one for like 17 yards or something, and you're just thinking, what are you doing, lad? But
you have that 66-yard touchdown to hang your hat on, don't you, I suppose?
Yeah, so there's always, you know, the good with the bad, but I think the DeMarco Murray injury is, if he's not 100%, don't play him. Because 70% of DeMarco Murray is worse than anything you're getting if you just give it to Derrick Henry every go.
Okay, well, the Titans obviously started off, you know, a few weeks ago, they were 8-4, and then they lost the 3 games, I think it was, and they dropped to 8-7. Obviously, it came down to the regular season finale against the Jags. I was surprised that they made it through that, to be honest with you. They held Leonard Fournette to, I think it was 69 yards on the day and stuff, but let's focus on this game, mate. Chiefs now won back-to-back division titles. Titans, first time in the playoffs since 2008. For me, this is just going to be a Chiefs victory. I think, you know, they started off the season so well. You know, they go 5-0 and then they go 1-6, I think it is, losing to the likes of the Jets and Giants they lost to as well. But they turned it around in the last sort of 4 weeks. I think they won the last 4 games to get into these playoffs. These look like they're on they're on the forward foot. They managed to hold off the Los Angeles Chargers. They managed to get in there. And I think that this one could be quite a simple victory, although it might not be loads of points scored.
Oh, I think the Chiefs are going to house them. I think the Chiefs are going to house the Titans. I think the Titans are an awful team. I don't think they're any good. I actually put this out there. I thought the Titans making the playoffs was actually a hindrance because Mike Mularkey will keep his job and he's a terrible coach. And yeah, he's just garbage. I think the fact that they've sneaked into the playoffs in what we've always said is a relatively weak AFC. It's very top heavy. I think they're just going to get housed. I don't see any way to win unless the Chiefs absolutely shit the bed, which that's the Chiefs we saw from the last 4 weeks. Just like we had to ignore when you were losing 1-6, we had to ignore the fact they started 5-0. We now have to ignore they went 1-6 and realise the fact they won the last 4 games and they won them pretty handedly. And that did include the Chargers, who we were all thought they were coming over the mountain, and they absolutely battered them. So the Chiefs look back, and I can't see nothing but the Chiefs are housing of the Titans. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a close game.
For me, listen, the Chiefs' defence doesn't rank very well, but what you've got to remember is over the last 4 games, they've conceded 15 points, 13 points, 13 points again, and then 24 randomly to the Broncos. This is a Chiefs defence that's played itself into a little bit of form. This is a quarterback who understands postseason football as well. Obviously, you know, he's been and he's played in the playoffs before versus Marcus Mariota, this is his first attempt at playoff football. For me, Chiefs defence coming into a bit of form, guy who's played quarterback at a high level, highest passer rating in the league, 104 over the season. You've got Kareem Hunt there as well, you know, massive season from him. The likes of Tyreek Hill. They've just got too much on both sides of the ball, and I just can't see anything but it. But I'm not sure, I'm hesitant to say that they're going to smash them off the park because the Titans do have a good D.
I don't think they do have a good team. I actually disagree with that. I think they have a very mediocre to below average team. The problem is people are looking at the way they played against the Jaguars. Well, the Jaguars have got no offense. And they started with leading that game early, and we all know Jaguars can't come from behind because they just don't have the quarterback. That's it. They don't have the quarterback to have
the defense has to help them out, which it did last week to get them back into the game.
But they don't have the quarterback to kill teams off, and I think I don't rate the Titans do. I think it's very mediocre, and as for the Titans offense, I think it's anemic. I think it's awful. I mean, how many short fields did they have against the Jaguars, and they could only convert field goals?
Yeah, I mean that is the difficulty for them, isn't it? So we're both going for Chiefs on that one. We'll move it on then. It's probably the plum tie, I think it's fair to say, of Wildcard weekend. You know, you've got the last year's Super Bowl finalists in the Atlanta Falcons, or Super Bowl runner-up, versus the hot
tie. Have you not seen who's playing on Sunday?
Sorry, plum tie of the day. Yeah, I forgot all about
You caught me out then, I was like, wait there.
I still think this is a good tie. Falcons Rams, you've got last season's runners-up against the team that has flipped more stats this season than anybody from the previous year. You know, Sean McVay's offense with Jared Goff, and you've got the running back who in my eyes was the running back champion because he didn't play and he would have wrapped that up. Todd Gurley, a potential MVP of this league as well. Massive game. Injuries-wise, listen, the Rams haven't got many, if any, but they have rested Goff, Gurley, Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald in the last game. The Falcons have been in playoff mode, as we know, for the last few weeks. So Julio Jones, Alex Mack, the centre, and running back Tevin Coleman are all among the walking wounded. What's your initial thoughts on this one? You're holding on to my chair so you don't spin around.
Yeah, basically I was stopping this. I was subtly stopping the spin. I wasn't just trying to pat you on the back. When you see after the show, we just like me and you trying to move like
it's
that.
It's dead hard to get sick, like.
You just need to help yourself. Yeah, my initial thoughts are that the Rams are fresh for this.
Yeah.
And that I'm looking forward to this Rams team, because this Rams, right, this is a bit of a rant on the old NFL, but the Rams show that going for a young head coach who's new, who's fresh, got new ideas, is a great thing. And then we're watching teams in the NFL decide to go for the old cronyism and, you know, keeping Marvin Lewis keeping his job and all these other things, which just annoy the crap out of me. When you can see what's happened with the Rams, you see the switch they went from having Jeff Fisher, who just didn't believe in offense, didn't believe in special teams, it was all about his defense, or they went and got a head coach in Sean McVay, who believes in special teams, best special teams in the league, believes in offense, and then still had Wade Phillips to run his defense. I think the Rams are one of the best teams going into the playoffs. I think if I was any team, I'd be really scared to play in the Rams. I think their playoff run's going to get determined by how good Jared Goff is. And I don't think any of us know how good he is yet, because he is playing on one of the best and most well-rounded teams, and with the most talented teams as well in the league. So I think this should be a game the Rams should win. I think the Rams should win and confirm their place in owning LA. Okay,
that's interesting. We mentioned before we went live, I'm flip-flopping on this one as who's going to win, because I see it on one side. I agree with everything that you've said about Sean McVay and that LA side, but equally, flip side, this is a team, as we mentioned a minute ago, who've been playing playoff football for 4 weeks almost, who've been fighting to get into these playoffs, and there is a quarterback there who knows how to do playoff football, who's been there and done it. Now, yes, they're the away side, it's obviously at the Rams and stuff, but Jared Goff, we've seen quarterbacks over the last 20, 30 years, when they get into the playoffs, they've struggled, you know, and I just don't know how he's going to do with the spotlight being on him against what can be a very, very good Falcons D. You know, they turned it on in the playoffs last season, and they've got the ability to turn it on again.
I mean, they have, but I think the problem that the Falcons are going to have is actually an offensive side. I think the offense, they haven't been as good this season, and they're struggling to get that run game going. And with the struggling to get that run game going, and then Aaron Donald blowing up teams the way he can, the way he's just always in the backfield, I think the Falcons are going to struggle offensively. So I don't think the Rams are going to need to score that many points. I don't think it's all going to be on Jared Goff. I think Todd Gurley can actually run this home for them.
Okay. So a few of the things to watch. Rams obviously didn't play their starters last week. No team had scored more than them through week 16. They scored 465 points through week 16, which is immense. Falcons had the league's highest scoring outfit in 2016, of course, but we know they were much less explosive last year. Shanahan leaving them, made a massive, massive difference soon, didn't he? So you're not thinking shootout in this one?
I'm not thinking shootout, because Matt Ryan hasn't been a shootout quarterback. He's been very much back to the game manager, Matt Ryan. I mean, usually when I say it's not going to be a shootout, it turns out to be a shootout, so what do I know? But I just can't see anything from that. The Falcons, often, I think they've limped into the playoffs. They haven't, I know you said they've been playing playoff football, but they haven't went out and beat everyone to get there. I think most teams kind of fell away. I mean, you look at the teams who could have made the playoffs. You look at the Lions, they lost that bad game to the Bengals. You look at Seattle ended up losing to the Cardinals. Not that the Falcons would have got in anyway, even if those happened, but I think you can see everyone was just limping out and no one really seemed to want to get that final wildcard spot. So I'm not impressed with the Falcons. If they go and make a mad Super Bowl run, fair play to them. I'll admit I'm wrong, but I'm just not. They just don't excite me as a team.
Okay. For me, if the Falcons are to win this game, and I do think it's going to be close, and I am struggling to pick a winner on this one. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Actually, please do send them in, and we'll chat to you in the comments and stuff.
You will.
For me, yeah, it's got to be. The key to the game is making sure that the ball isn't in Todd Gurley's hands. Yeah. I think you've got to put the ball in Goff's hands. And that's not just the running game. That's Todd Gurley in the passing game as well, and making sure that you have someone who can attempt to cover him, because I think it's going to be very, very difficult. But seriously, shutting the run down is first and foremost for that Atlanta D.
Yeah, something about Gurley. They have got fast linebacking core. So that's usually why you're getting beat by the running backs, is they're just slower, they're just much faster than you. Atlanta do have a fast linebacking core, but they don't have the strongest linebacking core. So you don't know that's the battle that's going to really determine the game, I think. I agree with you. I think it's, you stop Todd Gurley, you can stop the Rams. If you don't stop Todd Gurley, then the Rams are going to walk all over it. Okay,
and finally, you mentioned it before a little bit, Jenno, special teams. This could be one of those games where if it is close, special teams could be the ones to send you through and make that difference. And as you mentioned before, the Rams have the best special team in football.
Well, they did, but then the kicker got injured, so I don't know. The kicker used to be good from 50 yards. The new kicker, not so much. I think that's the without Greg there, they don't have that safety net. So could, but the difference is when you got to think about special teams with the Rams, you're also thinking about field position. They get better field position than anyone because of their kick returns. Okay.
So it's Sam Ficken, the guy who'll be kicking instead of Zerline. So yeah, a little bit unproven there. Okay, it's pretty obvious that you're picking the Rams on this one. I'm struggling. I'm really struggling.
Doesn't like to flip the coin trick where when it's in mid-air, who you want to pick.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't think I've got a coin in my pocket. I'm gonna pick the home team. I'm going to pick the Rams.
We'll pick the Rams.
Yeah, so there you go. That's been our Saturday wildcard preview. Let us know your predictions in the comment section below. We'll be back later on with our Sunday wildcard preview. Thanks very much for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time on Cover 2 TV.